Hi there guys, in this video I want to give you a bit of a status update of what's been happening and so forth. As you can see, I'm back in a Federal Corvette. The reason for this is that I was just actually mining to get some brominite to unlock another engineer. Since I've done that, I've actually got the ship back into a combat situation. So that's all sorted now. Basically I'm trying to finish off unlocking all the engine engineers and so forth. I've actually got quite a lot of them unlocked now. I think I've actually got them all apart from one. So as you can see here, most of them are actually at level 5 too, apart from that one. I've just got to unlock this guy. Hopefully I'm thinking he's not going to be too bad. So once I get that one unlocked, I will have hopefully them all done. There has been a bit of controversy with the engineers, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So with that, I've got to rework one of my videos. I did have a video explaining how to get chemical manipulators. Now that video is still kind of correct, but the actual system has changed state now. It's no longer in Anarchy, which means you're going to face a bounty for attacking T9s. So if you do have a suggestion of how to find chemical manipulators or for a video in the future, let me know. I haven't actually got anything at the moment for that. So what I'm doing at the moment is reading a few forum posts and actually trying to find something that works for me. And once I find that, I'll post a video showing you guys how to do it. But like I say, if you have suggestions, let me know. So another thing I'm actually working on is the various ships, specifically getting them all modified. So you can see here, I've actually started to work on a few of those. Here you've got a hauler with actually nearly 40 light years range. There's the Sidewinder, which was one of the first videos I made. But I don't know where the future of that is, whether I could do all of them. The Cobra Mark III modification video was quite a bit longer than I anticipated, but it turned out that way because the ship is a multi-role ship, so I did want to cover it in different roles and give you an idea of what you can do with it. The Third Lance, I do want to work on that ship as well. That's not really done a lot of modifications to that, but it should be quite an interesting ship and something I kind of haven't spent enough time with. The cutter I just bought recently because just in case, it's a nice ship to have in reserve. Like I said, a lot of them ships don't have that many modifications to, but it does take time to do the engineer modifications. So this brings me on to my last point, which is about the engineer exploit that was found just recently. This basically allowed you to roll level 5 for level 1 materials, making it pretty easy to get the perfect roll. Frontier now are addressing this issue. They've stopped it from happening first, and now what they seem to be doing is to actually remove the items that have been created with the level 1 materials. If you did do it, you may have noticed you got a message in game telling you that they have actually done this. So like I said, I can understand why they've done it, and I think it's kind of actually a very fair thing to do, especially considering the amount of time and effort it does take to collect the level 5 materials, especially those in the SRV, where it can be even very luck based to even get one of those. So anyway, I can understand people being a little bit thing about it, but I think it's the right thing to do. I know there are various money exploits essentially. I mean, Quince is starting to rear a little bit, but this it depends where you are in a game, I suppose. Quince for me, wouldn't have had a huge impact on the actual ship. I could potentially have bought the same ship anyway without it, but it didn't allow my ship to become more powerful. It just gave me a bit more of a buffer essentially. Whereas the engineer modifications do actually make the ship stronger, they make it travel faster, they actually improve the ship generally, and overall, like I said, after quite a few modifications to a ship, that can make a huge difference to it. So to be able to have access to the very best modifications does put you at an unfair disadvantage to another player. Especially those who just got kind of lucky and got 1 or 2 good modifications. So yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. Like I said, the money exploits and all that lot, don't know, but whether Frontier are actually going to be on top of this a lot more often now. Frontier have kind of been a bit lazy with the being on top of exploits and stuff like that, and people, although there haven't been exploits in this magnitude, these ones have actually been pretty big. And like I said, because Frontier focused a lot on the engineers and making those very powerful, and to have an exploit directly connected to that has made it very overpowered. But anyway, I'll be very interested to hear from you guys what you think about this subject. I know it's probably something that's kind of going to get a little bit dicey. Quince essentially is also something that comes into question. Essentially for me it would probably half the money, but I've still got all the money to buy these ships anyway. The engineer exploits, like I said, I never did any of those. I kind of enjoy actually collecting materials and doing the upgrades myself. I'm not so fussed on getting the very perfect build, though I'm not really into the player versus player thing. But if you were, I can understand why that needs to be addressed. Anyway guys, if you have any thoughts or suggestions, as normal, please leave them below. They're always greatly welcome. If you did like the video, please leave a like, that's great. Another thing that really helps me out is if you subscribe if you haven't already done so. A big thanks to all the guys out there who already done that. Thanks guys. Well, I think that's it for this one. Thanks guys for watching, take care and have fun out there.